some nice, warm cherry pie and a good story. And that's what y'all gonna get tonight.
We get pie?
No, you ain't getting no pie, but you're getting a damn good story. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the people who made it possible for me to be here tonight. Dr. S.J. and Mackenzie Scott. These two beautiful women have made it possible for me to reach my own potential, and I thank them. Now hold on to your knickers, folks, because this is the Bear Lake Monster. If you travel to Bear Lake in Utah on a clear day, you might just catch a glimpse of the Bear Lake Monster. The monster looks like a huge brown snake, nearly 90 feet long. It's got little ears that stick out the side of its skinny head, and a mouth big enough to eat a man. Some folks say it's got little legs, and when it ventures on the land, it kind of skirts. But in the water, watch out! It can swim faster than a horse can gallop. Makes a mile a minute on a good day. Sometimes the monster likes to sneak up on unwary swimmers and blow water at them. Thus doesn't carry off meat, that is. Now, a fella I heard about spotted the monster early one evening when he was walking along the lake. He tried to shoot it with his rifle. The man was a cracking shot, but not one of his bullets touched that there monster. It scared the heck out of that man. He had tailed it home faster than you could say Jackie Robinson. Some folks say he left his rifle behind him and it was never seen again. Now, when the monster's been quiet for a while, folks start saying it's gone for good. Some folks even dredge up that old tale about how Peacoat's Bill bet some cowpokes that he could wrestle that monster until it said uncle. Well, according to them folks, the fight lasted for days, created a hurricane around Bear Lake. And then one day, Peacoat's Bill flung that there monster over his shoulder, and it flew right to Loch Ness, where it lives to this day. Of course, we know better than that. The monster does have a name like. If you come out at dusk, you might be able to see it feed. Might be its next meal. Yeah! Yeah, Peter.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I'll be playing Alan Cooper, aka Big Al. He was ex-gang member slash convict. Thank you. Thank you. And turned activist for the National Truce Movement. He's speaking in front of a crowd in the gym in Nickerson Gardens. This is after the Rodney King hearing and the LA riots. He's speaking on the Reginald Denny incident. The LA Four committed a crime of what? Assault and battery? What did the government dig for? What did they dig for? Stopping traffic of a truck. Are they sure that truck belonged in that area? Did they check to see if that truck qualified to fit on that city street? No, they didn't check for that. That wasn't a highway or nothing. That was a boulevard. He was turning off a resident street. You gotta understand, could have been an intimidation move. Okay. Driving into a location as at an uprising. And I guess he's at a point he's trying to prove he can get past. And the other person went around. We're not basing our lives on Reginald Denny. Neither are we basing our lives on Rodney King. The only thing we expressing through the Rodney King beating, through the Reginald Denny beating, it shows how a black man gets treated in his community. It was once brought to the light, and it was shown, and we see no belief, because they never handled from the top level the way it should have been handled. They handled like a soap opera. See, that's all it really was. If you take 20 hidden cameras in the country jail system, you got people beat worse than that, point blank. Some jails got these things called the red room and the blue room. You get what they call a attitude adjustment. Well, Rodney King, it's been 20, 30 years people suffered beatings from law enforcement. It ain't nothing new. It's just this time it was brought to light. But then, what it showed? It showed it doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. Now, if that were an officer down there getting beat, would have been a national riot thing. You hear me? Just imagine how many people would have been out there clapping. Wouldn't have been no sad, sorry, hot. Would have been a happy hotline. Everybody making the motion out of something. Rodney King, Rodney King, Rodney King. It's not Rodney King, it's the ghetto. I was at one of these here swap meets, and the bubblegum machine man pulled out a gun. Now what a bubblegum machine man doing with a pistol? Who would want to rob a bubblegum machine? Because we live here. Situations so enormous and so dangerous that required to carry a firearm. Now what is the purpose? You gotta live here to express this point. You gotta live here to see what's going on. You gotta live here. You gotta look at history, baby. You gotta look at history. This never wasn't a problem until the black man gets his hands on it. Shoot, the NRA carry fully loaded weapons, but once the Afro-American people get hold of them, it was a crime. Oh, he's a problem in the neighborhood. He has to carry an AK-47 assault weapon. We didn't bring them guns here. We didn't make up they was put here on purpose to entrap us. Point blank. You gotta look at history, baby. You gotta look at history. This whole Reginald Dane thing, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's just the delusion to the real problem. See?